What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome in to your instant reaction for the post-match. The game that was against Sassuolo, Juventus taking home the 2-1 victory on the road, defeating the Nero Verde, and a nail-biter, whatever you want to call it. Something that definitely, really, I mean, we could say Juventus got lucky. When I say lucky, I just say they eked it out. I mean, they did what they needed to do. I'm trying to think exactly the way to word it, because it wasn't like it was an own goal or anything like that by the other team. But Juventus get lucky, win, bring home the 3 more points, and maybe possibly secure 4th place. With me today, as always, is Aleandro Fancello. How you doing, sir, after that game?
After the game, good. I'm sick, so the game didn't really help. It was bad, But I've said many times, I don't care how, just win. Like, until the end of the season, I don't care how, just win. And that's what happened today. I don't even know how we won today, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I think this is one of those. The the tagline is Fino, Alla, Fine, and I guess it really kind of was there at the end. I mean, I don't know exactly. I'm not trying to be too critical, but at the same time, I don't know how much fight was in there till the end. But Kean ended up pulling off that at the end. I'm thankful for his performance. Obviously, Kean now deserves to be signed and will continue on as a Juventus player for next season, right? not having it at all. All right. Well, let's just get into it. Let's get into the performance of what we witnessed today. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to come in here and just do what we do every single time we watch these games, and it's the same performance every game in, game out. The same kind of performance, lackluster, nobody creating anything. Vlahovic struggling. I don't know if it's just because of him or if it's because of, obviously, nobody's creating. Nobody's moving the ball. Nobody knows what they're doing. They're scared to get into that final third, whatever have you. That's a lot of what I have, a lot of the feelings I have cooped up in me. And then, honestly, for majority of that match getting dominated by Sassuolo, and to be and thankful for, obviously, Szczesny and his fantastic goalkeeping skills and his performance, really keeping Juventus in that first half. Otherwise, I mean, you're looking at Sassuolo could have scored multiple times on Juventus, and Juventus could have really dug themselves a hole if it weren't for him. Obviously, eventually, it had to give, and of course, the one player for Sassuolo that was able to score against Juventus was that Giacomo Raspadori, who we know is highly sought after by Juventus. Potentially, that's the guy that they'll be getting in the Mercado. We'll see. Just give me some of your thoughts, what you saw today, what you liked, what you didn't like. I feel like you might have more on one side than you are on the other of comments that you can make.
I like the fact that we won. I didn't like anything else. It's that simple. It was just bad. From start to finish, it was bad, Got back into the game. We had no business into that game before half because we were trash. Like, if Szczesny wasn't there, we would have been down by 3 goals easily. Like, it is what it is. We had nothing. We could have been up in the first half, even with Morata missing. Easy header, in my opinion. You should score that always. Other than that, there was nothing, and the second half was even worse. It looked even worse also because the Sassuolo was worse. So the entire game looked like we're playing for nothing. We create no chances again. Like, yeah, the corner, Morata, that's a great save from Consigli. Still no idea how he saved that. Yeah. That's not creating anything. It's a corner. Like, it is what it is. It's a corner. The last 25 minutes, even when Vlahovic came on, it was just moving the ball up to Vlahovic, hope he can control it, link up or something. It's sad to watch. I feel sorry for him. I actually feel sorry for him because he needs to do a job you don't ask a 70, 80 mil striker to do. I'm sorry. You don't ask him to do that. I get that we have many injuries. I get that, They were missing a lot of players like Quadrado, Delic, like before the game, all these things happen. I get that.
Yeah.
This is not about one game. It's basically the entire season. Even when we had everyone fit, it's the same thing over and over again. There's nothing. And even in the second half, I tweeted it out. The way we press, it's clear we don't train on pressing. Like, it's just vibes. It's just players moving around 2 at a time, going to the same player, leaving a gaping hole, allowing Sassuolo to just play out from the back. Like, with ease, because we don't have a plan. I'll keep saying it. Like there is no
Yeah.
plan, and you can see it the way we press. Like we don't train that. And if Allegri comes out and he says, "Yeah, we do train that," then that's a reason to get sacked, because whatever you're doing, you're not. It's not working. It's
If
actually not working.
if we
Because
are
that's one
practicing
thing you
that,
can.
go ahead.
No, that's one thing you can. People can say, "Oh, you don't know what he do. It doesn't train." Fine, but the way we press, you can clip that every time, and you can just say, you can just see everyone. Even if you haven't watched football, you can see this is not normal. Like you press with 3 players on the on the opponent with possession, leaving gaping holes. Like it's so easy, time and time again. So that all these small things tell me coaching is really bad at the moment. It is. The quality, same. I agree with that, But you need to do something. And this is not one game, this is an entire season. But I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I said, I don't care until the end of the season. I mean, I will talk about it, but like, I'm not going to rage about it, because we just need the points. We need 9 points. We picked up 3. It's Venezia and Genoa. You need to kill it off now.
Yeah. Well, first off, and I apologize because you touched on a few things, and we moved on, and I want to make sure I come back to a little bit of it. First off, I mean, what is it? What is it that we are practicing? Like, if we're not practicing, pressing. If we're not practicing corners. I mean, what do we practice? Like, what are the tactics, or what are the style is Allegri practicing during when they meet weekly?
Setting up a low block. Block. It is that, as a team, setting up a low, strong block, and get that ball to Quadrado really quickly, and let him beat his man, and let him make him force things. That's actually what we do. Because that goal, again, that was good work from Morata. People say foul. Thank God that's not a foul, because I mean, it's soft. Like, I'm sorry, he won the ball. Kitty Cash was also holding Morata. Like, move on. But it's not creating. Like, it's Morata doing like the pressing thing on his own. It worked, but just look back at the goals we score. Like, it's not that we create clear cut chances. It isn't like going over multiple stations, multiple players. It isn't. It's usually one player making an incredible pass, or the player beating his man, pulling it back, and someone's at the end. We create nothing.
Yeah, and that's the issue. It outside of the first 2 matches or so, the first handful of matches after his purchase, what's been the point of having Vlahovic there? And that's what I wonder. Like right now, I know you said you feel sorry for him because he's just on an island. He's on his own. You have guys delivering long balls to him and hoping, and just deliver a long ball and pray, and that's kind of what they're doing. But like at the same time, should I be more critical of Vlahovic in that he's not creating more for himself, or that he's not able to beat some of the, like that he's getting shut down and not overall, but you know what I mean? Like, should I be expecting more goals from him right now at this point in the season? No. I expected 10, and that may have been a little bit premature, maybe a little bit too excited, given how many goals he scored at Fiorentina. But why is why is he able to succeed in this fashion at a Fiorentina side that Juventus have, for the most part, last couple times, handled okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he able to score so well for them, but when he comes to Juventus, it's nothing? Should I still feel that he should be able to create something?
No, because he's not the guy that should be creating things. He should be at the end of things.
I guess what I mean creating. Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. I mean, when I say creating, I don't mean create. I'm sorry. I'm miswording it. I guess when I mean creating, I mean scoring. Shouldn't I expect him to be scoring?
I think it's already a miracle that he has so many goals. I'm not gonna lie. Like look at the balls I can make a clip, and maybe I'm gonna do it for a podcast with Julian. I can make print streams of just Bonucci and Chiellini, Rabiot just hoofing the ball to Vlahovic. You don't, like, how? You're not gonna score like that unless you're playing against, I don't know who, like a Serie B level defense. They're gonna make those mistakes, but a Serie A team is not gonna make that mistake.
Yeah.
Just play man to man against Vlahovic. It's so easy. We create absolutely nothing in the box. Nothing. Some crosses here and there, and that's it. But clear cut chances, nothing.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. I just want to make sure I want to hold myself accountable. Like I said, I've said this plenty of times. I was harsh on Ronaldo. I want to hold him to not a similar esteem, but pretty close, because that's what we value him as, to be the next kind of big time player for Juventus. Following that, continuing on with the attack and the way Juventus had looked today. You mentioned this word. It's something I tweeted out. When I just Morata and Dybala, to me, the only thing I really could say from them was soft. They felt soft the entire game. Their entire attack, everything that was going on with them. Dybala, until obviously he scored the goal, give him credit there. But besides that, to me, I thought Dybala was terrible. I thought he was terrible that first half, and I thought there was a part of me that actively was wondering, is he actively throwing games? Because some of the passes he was attempting were horrendous. They made no sense. He passed it back directly in the line of I don't know if it was Berardi or whoever it was, to make a run on Juventus. Like, it made no sense what he was doing out there.
He is. He's checked out mentally. I don't blame him. I keep saying it. I don't blame him. It is what it is. The club created the situation. You need to deal with it now. Like, when he scored, he wasn't even celebrating. Like, it's done. He will play. He will come on that pitch. He will not say, "I'm not playing. I'm not risking an injury." He's not doing that. Mm-hmm. He's gonna come on that pitch, but he's not with his mind in the game. I don't blame him, by the way, but he was terrible. Morata, he was a bit unlucky today. Like, he worked very hard. He actually worked very, very hard the entire game until he got subbed off. He was lucky to not score a goal. He should have scored a goal today. Yeah. He was a bit unlucky. He worked very hard, but it wasn't amazing. Like, it wasn't saying, okay, you worked very hard, you were unlucky. That's still a great game, 7. Isn't that, it was kind of poor. You worked hard, but just in general, the game was poor. Like, there's nothing else to say. It's poor. But we got the win, and that's the only thing that matters at the moment.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, all right. Well, there's some things I'm nitpicking, and maybe I'm being a little bit over the top frustrated with him. What were your thoughts on the midfield's performance today? I think Rabiot did some good things there at the end of the game, defensively.
Yeah, towards the end, he picked it up. Yeah, defensively.
Yeah, because there were a couple opportunities there that were dangerous for that Sassuolo, or making it dangerous for Juventus near the end. And I was thankful that he had a couple takeaways, a couple, clearances that I was appreciative for. Outside of that, Zakaria, I don't know. What were your thoughts on his performance?
I thought Zakaria was the best man on that pitch in the first half. He was key. In the second half, everybody, in the first half, it was Zakaria and nothing. It was like that. In the second half, even Sassuolo dropped in quality, Yeah. So it was a bad game to watch. Like, we had nothing, they had nothing. So the midfield was kind of anonymous for the entirety of the game. It is what it is. Like, when you play Rabiot on the left, Danilo on the midfield, that's what you're gonna get. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's the only outcome possible.
No, I agree. I definitely agree there. Okay, I just want to get some thoughts on there. Any other performances that stuck out to you? I want to give some credit, obviously, to Szczesny. I said that earlier. Szczesny in the first half really kept Juve in it. Otherwise, this game could have been dead in the water early on.
I agree.
Okay. From there, I mean, how do you feel? Let's just look at the big picture right now where Juventus sit. Juventus right now sitting. I always worry to use this term, but comfortably in fourth place. Right now, they're as comfortable as you can get with an 8-point lead on Roma, 66. Roma's at 58. Next up would be Fiorentina, who's at 56. Could be 59 if they end up winning. They have a game in hand. Right now, you're comfortably in fourth place. You talked a little bit on the live. What's the goal for the rest of the season? I think we found out, 6 points is what's necessary to...
I would 6.
Now, yeah, but that's what I mean. From here on out, 6 more points to lock in on fourth place. Lock that in. What if you're Allegri? And here's what reason I bring up some of this. There's been some of the thoughts and some of the comments he's made about how he values specific games, and he'll either downplay it or give you some kind of coach speak to tell you maybe it doesn't mean as much, maybe it is more important than it needs to be, whatever it is. What do you think the approach is going through the rest of the season? Do you think because like right now, obviously Vlahovic ended up playing this game. Do you think Vlahovic will be out the entire next game against Venezia, or what do you think we'll do from
the
here?
approach is win the next 2 games and rest for the Coppa Italia final. It's that simple. You have Venezia and Genoa, you win, you're in, and you rest. Period. it can't be simpler than that.
Mm-hmm. What about
beat Venezia, beat Genoa, and it's not.
It's fairly it's impossible at this point. But any chance, any pieces, if any pieces start to fall, that Juve dares to dream in the competition at the end.
What?
The competition.
Coppa Italia.
No, Serie A. No, Serie A. Any chance that we don't...
Oh.
What I'm saying is... Okay, I'm not trying to say that there's a chance to end up winning. Obviously, we don't believe that there is. But say some of the teams start to lose, as happens. It happens. We've seen it happen. Hear me out. If
we're 10 points behind or something, no?
We're 8 points. But yeah. But if you're Allegri... do you just say, can I finish?
I know what you're gonna say.
Okay. My question is, if something like that happens, do you just say after you get your 6 point that you just stop and you just kind of take it off? Do you just take off those games?
Yeah, because if you get that 6 point, you probably Milan and Inter have that 6 points also. So, mathematically, it's not even possible. It shouldn't be. If someone is thinking that, you need to see a doctor.
Well, I know, but the reason I asked that is I just didn't know if there would be any kind of, sometimes people will say to keep competing for competition's sake, for whatever it is, your own values, your own whatever.
If you have an entire squad, yeah, we have nobody left, you cannot do it. Okay. We have nobody left.
Yeah.
You cannot do it. You just need to win the next 2 games and rest your only fit players. We're just 11. Basically, you need to rest them. You need to rest your key players because there's nobody left.
It's fair, but I just think there've been comments, things that Allegri said when it comes to games, being important or not being important, that have been the opposite of the way I feel as a fan. So I could see some nonsense. Yeah, I would hope so. I hope when he's talking about the Coppa Italia that he doesn't undervalue it, because now if it's me right at this exact moment. I mean, he has to. It's a do or die at this moment for his season. I mean, obviously he's not going anywhere, but not going anywhere right now after the season. But at the same time, get it done. All right. Any other comments you really want to make before we get into our, most valuable player, least valuable player?
No, we won. Picked up no injuries for once. I think so. Hope so. Besides the leg,
we'll find out.
But I think you will be back on Sunday. I think it's just caution, nothing major. And we won. That's the only thing that at this point, 4 games left, 5 at the final, complaining, really complaining about, it was awful. I will say it, it's pointless. It's not going to change. Shit, how's your win to the top 4? Shit, how's your way, and that's what we did today.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so give me your most valuable player, least valuable player today.
Oh, most valuable. I'll go Kean because he scored the winner at the end of the day. Up to that goal, he was horrendous again. He was losing everything, every ball. But he scored the winner. I'm giving it to him for once. The least valuable. I don't know. I didn't like Bonucci. Thought he was bad, shaky. He was really shaky at times. Lugani looked better. That's kind of scary. I don't think Aleandro was bad, You just what you're gonna get from him. So Dybala was bad, but he scored a goal. So I'm going Bonucci. I didn't like what I saw from Bonucci.
Yeah, I think maybe a hot take, but I think for my least valuable player, I'm still going to go with Dybala, regardless of the goal. And I understand how important that goal was, but I think the reason I'm going to say it is just his performance overall. He's doing nothing for the team right now. Besides, he was able to get his in that, and so a happy 2.5 seconds. Good job. Outside of that, he was, I would argue, useless out there on the pitch. I would feel like anybody else in that position maybe not could have, but more than likely would have scored. I will say, I don't know. With this team, it's hard to say that. And then at the same time, most valuable player. I'm gonna go back to Szczesny. I think Szczesny is where I'm gonna go. Moise gonna be a good one because he won it, but Szczesny, he counted. He canceled out so many goals. So many goals that would have been on Sassuolo. So that's probably where I'm gonna go right there. Moise came.
I gave him a hard time, Kean. Give Kean a hard time the last week, so I'm gonna give it to him.
Yeah, you're gonna give him a gift here every once in a while. All right, guys. I know you're not feeling too well, so obviously if you noticed the energy was down a little bit, guys, that's probably what it was. Because normally Aleandro's so vibrant and loud out here with me. But anyway, that'll do it for today's edition of the Instant Reaction. What we thought regarding the match that was against Sassuolo. Juventus winning a very important match. And no matter how they do it, they did it. Shithouse or not, oops, and there goes my mic. It is what it is. Juventus take home the 2-1 victory and 3 important points going forward. They only have to get 6 more to secure 4th place, but now all eyes turn to the Coppa Italia at the end of the season. Obviously, Venezia is the next game up, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all the latest videos. I should throw in here while we're doing this, if you haven't already, consider joining the member squad to help support our channel, bring you all the lives, all the videos, all the content that we do here, as well as it gives you a lot of cool different access and content that you get to do, so that you get a lot of access when it comes to joining into the member Discord. It allows you also to join like Malik, like Davide, like whoever else, all the other guys that jump in on the videos that you see with us. You get to do that whenever, if you feel like it, as well as you get a lot of cool stuff. You get wallpaper, you get the emojis, you get the badges next to your name. You stick out during chat. We'll talk about that. You get 1 free chat every month. And then also, if you're at the top level, you end up getting 5 times the chance to end up winning in any giveaways we do here on the channel. So make sure you consider joining that if you haven't already as well. Also, if you haven't, make sure you follow bianconerizone at bianconerizone on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow Aleandro at AleandroBZ on Twitter, and follow me at Justin Sofro. I will see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.